Hey there, fellow travelers! It's your friendly guide, Joanna here. Let's talk about something we all think about, flying. Specifically, flying within the United States. It can feel like a huge, complicated puzzle, right? You've got dozens of airlines, airports the size of small cities, and a whole list of rules that seem to change with the seasons. But don't you worry, I'm here to break it all down for you. Think of me as your co-pilot on this journey to figuring out the American skies. We're going to make your next trip easier, cheaper, and a whole lot more enjoyable. So buckle up, put your tray table in the upright position, and let's get this adventure started. Flying in the US is a unique experience. It's a massive country, so air travel is often the only practical way to get from one coast to the other in a reasonable amount of time. This has created a highly competitive, sometimes confusing market. You have the legacy carriers, the big names you've known for years. These airlines have vast networks, offer multiple classes of service, from basic economy to luxurious first class, and generally provide a more comprehensive, though often more expensive, experience. They are the dependable giants of the sky, connecting almost every corner of the country and the world. Next up are the value-focused airlines, with Southwest Airlines and JetBlue leading the pack. Southwest is famous for its bags fly free policy, allowing 2 free checked bags per passenger, which is a massive money saver. They also have a unique open seating policy and are known for their incredibly friendly flight crews. JetBlue, on the other hand, wins points for comfort, offering the most legroom in economy class of any U.S. airline. They also provide free, high-speed Wi-Fi and seatback entertainment screens on every plane, making them a favorite for travelers who want a few extra perks without the legacy carrier price tag. Finally, we have the ultra-low-cost carriers, like Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines. These are the airlines that lure you in with unbelievably cheap base fares. You might see a flight from Chicago to Orlando for $29, but here's the catch. Everything else costs extra. A carry-on bag, a checked bag, picking your seat, printing your boarding pass at the airport, and even a bottle of water on board will all come with a fee. If you can travel extremely light and are willing to forego all creature comforts, you can save a significant amount of money. But if you're not careful, those add-on fees can quickly make your cheap ticket more expensive than a standard airline's fare. So who wins the popularity contest? Based on recent customer satisfaction surveys, Delta Airlines consistently ranks at the top among legacy carriers for its operational reliability, professional service, and overall passenger experience. For value airlines, Southwest's friendly vibe and transparent pricing keep it a fan favorite. JetBlue also scores very high, especially with younger travelers who appreciate the free Wi-Fi and entertainment. The ultra-low-cost carriers, as you might guess, often land at the bottom of these rankings due to their no-frills model and frequent complaints about comfort and fees. The best airline truly is in the eye of the ticket holder. Remember the good old days when a hot meal was standard on almost any flight? Well, those days are mostly a distant memory, especially in economy class on domestic U.S. flights. Today, the in-flight food and beverage situation varies wildly from one airline to another, and it's a key factor in the overall travel experience. The legacy carriers, Delta, United, and American, generally offer a baseline of complimentary non-alcoholic beverages like soda, juice, or coffee, and a small snack like a packet of pretzels, cookies, or Biscoff biscuits. On longer cross-country flights, they might offer a more substantial snack box for free. If you're looking for more than just a tiny bag of snacks, your options change. On most domestic flights with the big three, you'll have to pay for anything more substantial. This includes sandwiches, salads, snack boxes with cheese and crackers, and alcoholic beverages. The prices can be quite high, often ranging from $8 to $15 for a food item. However, if you're flying in first class or on certain long-haul transcontinental routes, like New York to San Francisco, a full complimentary meal service is often included. This is one of the main perks that comes with paying for a premium cabin seat. Now, let's look at the value and low-cost airlines. JetBlue stands out by offering a selection of free brand-name snacks, like Terra Blue chips and Cheez-Its, and drinks, which is a step above the basic offerings from the legacy carriers. Southwest also provides complimentary snacks and non-alcoholic drinks with a cheerful attitude. It's a simple service, but it's reliable and free, which aligns perfectly with their customer-friendly brand. They keep things straightforward, so you know exactly what to expect every time you fly with them, which many travelers appreciate. Then we have Spirit and Frontier, the ultra-low-cost carriers. On these airlines, absolutely nothing is free except for a cup of water, and sometimes you even have to specifically ask for that. Everything else, from a can of Coke to a bag of M&Ms, must be purchased from their in-flight menu. Their business model is built on keeping the ticket price as low as humanly possible, which means stripping away all complimentary services. So, if you're flying with an ultra-low-cost carrier, a great tip is to eat before you board or bring your own snacks and an empty water bottle to fill up at the airport post-security. It will save you money and keep you from getting hungry mid-flight. Navigating an American airport for the first time can feel overwhelming, but it's a process you can easily master with a little preparation. It all starts before you even leave for the airport. The first step is checking in for your flight, which you can do online or through your airline's mobile app up to 24 hours before departure. This is your chance to confirm your seat, pay for any checked bags at a lower price than at the airport, and get your digital boarding pass. Having your boarding pass on your phone is incredibly convenient and saves you a stop at the check-in counter or kiosk. Once you arrive at the airport, if you have bags to check, you'll head to your airline's check-in counter or use a self-service kiosk to print your bag tags and drop them off. Make sure you have your government-issued photo ID ready. For domestic flights within the U.S., this means a driver's license or other state-issued ID. For international travel, you will, of course, need your passport. As of May 2025, all U.S. travelers must have a real ID-compliant driver's license or another acceptable form of ID, like a passport, to fly domestically. So be sure your ID is up to date with the latest federal requirements. After dropping off your bags, your next major step is the security screening checkpoint, run by the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA. This is often the most stressful part of the airport experience for many people. You'll need to show your boarding pass and your ID to a TSA officer. Then, you'll place your carry-on bags, electronic devices larger than a cell phone, like laptops and tablets, and your outerwear, such as jackets, belts, and shoes, into bins to be x-rayed. You also need to follow the 3-1-1 rule for liquids. All liquids, gels, and aerosols in your carry-on must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, or 100 milliliters or less, and all containers must fit in one clear, quart-sized bag. Once you're through the security checkpoint, you're in the sterile area of the terminal. Now you can relax a bit. Check the departure monitors to find your gate number, as it can sometimes change. Head toward your gate, but feel free to grab a bite to eat, do some shopping, or find a charging station for your devices. It's a good idea to stay near your gate area as boarding begins, which is typically about 30 to 45 minutes before your scheduled departure time. Listen for the boarding announcements. Have your boarding pass ready one last time, and then it's time to find your seat and get ready for takeoff. Just like airlines, U.S. airports vary dramatically in quality, efficiency, and overall passenger experience. Some make your journey a breeze, while others can feel like a chaotic maze. Among the best, Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, MSP, consistently earns high praise. It's known for being incredibly clean, efficient, and easy to navigate, with excellent signage. MSP also has a fantastic selection of shops and local restaurants, giving you a taste of Minnesota culture. Another top contender is Detroit Metropolitan Airport, or DTW, particularly the McNamara Terminal, which features a stunning indoor tram and a mesmerizing water feature, making a layover feel less like a chore and more like an experience. On the other end of the spectrum, some airports have unfortunately earned a reputation for being the worst. For years, New York's LaGuardia Airport, LGA, was the poster child for crumbling infrastructure, constant delays, and cramped, outdated terminals. While it has undergone a massive and impressive renovation in recent years, transforming many of its terminals into modern, beautiful spaces, its reputation lingers, and it still struggles with air traffic congestion. Another airport that frequently appears on worst lists is Newark Liberty International Airport, EWR, in New Jersey, often criticized for its long security lines, frequent delays, and dated facilities. What makes an airport good or bad? It usually comes down to a few key factors. On-time performance is huge. An airport with constant delays and cancellations is bound to be disliked. The ease of getting to and from the airport, the quality and price of parking, and the efficiency of the security lines all play a major role. Inside the terminal, passengers look for cleanliness, comfortable seating with plenty of charging outlets, free and fast Wi-Fi, and a good variety of food and shopping options that aren't outrageously overpriced. Clear signage is also crucial for reducing stress and helping travelers find their way. A few other airports deserve a mention. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, ATL, holds the title of the world's busiest airport year after year. While its sheer size can be intimidating, it is remarkably efficient, with an underground plane train that whisks passengers between its massive concourses. For a more pleasant, smaller airport experience, Portland International Airport, PDX, in Oregon is a beloved favorite, known for its local vibe, iconic teal carpet, and shops that feature local artisans. When choosing your flight, sometimes it's worth considering the airport you'll be flying through, as it can make a real difference in your overall trip quality. Let's talk more about the TSA, because mastering this step can completely change the tone of your travel day. The key is preparation. The busiest airports for security are typically the largest hubs: Atlanta, Los Angeles, Chicago O'Hare, and Dallas, Fort Worth. These airports process a staggering number of passengers daily, so their security lines can get very long, especially during peak travel times. If you're flying out of one of these major hubs, it's wise to arrive at least 2 hours before a domestic flight and 3 hours before an international one. To make the process smoother, consider enrolling in a trusted traveler program. The most popular one is TSA PreCheck. For $78 for 5 years, you can go through a dedicated, faster security lane where you don't have to remove your shoes, belt, light jacket, laptop, or liquids bag. It can turn a 30-minute wait into a 5-minute breeze. Another option is Clear, which uses biometrics to verify your identity, allowing you to skip the ID check line and go straight to screening. Using Clear in combination with TSA PreCheck is the ultimate way to fly through security. First and foremost, technology is your best friend. Download your airline's app on your smartphone. It will give you real-time updates on your flight status, notify you of gate changes or delays, and house your digital boarding pass. Also, download an app like FlightAware or Flight Radar 24 to track your incoming aircraft. If you see it's delayed, you'll know your flight will be too, often before the airline officially announces it. Second, always have a backup plan, especially if you have an important connection or event to get to. Delays and cancellations are an unfortunate reality of air travel. Also, pack essential items like medication, a change of clothes, and a phone charger in your carry-on, never in your checked bag, just in case you get separated from it for a day. Third, flexibility can save you a fortune. If your travel dates are not set in stone, use fare calendars like Google Flights Price Graph to find the cheapest days to fly. Traveling on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday is often significantly less expensive than on a Friday or Sunday. Being open to flying into a smaller, alternative airport near your destination can also unlock big savings. For example, flying into Oakland or San Jose instead of San Francisco can sometimes be much cheaper. A little research goes a long way in stretching your travel budget. Finally, remember that kindness costs nothing and can get you everything. Airline employees, from gate agents to flight attendants, have incredibly stressful jobs. When things go wrong, a little bit of patience and a friendly demeanor will get you much further than frustration and anger. A smile can lead to a better seat, and a polite request might get you the help you need during a disruption. Flying in the US is an amazing way to see a vast and beautiful country. With these tips in your back pocket, you're ready to take on the skies with confidence. Happy travels!